Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another experiment. Today looking at Nigeria and those players that could have played for them and how they'd get on if they had done. So let's take a look through those players and see who they've managed to get into the team. First off, we've got David Alaba, probably the biggest name on the list by far. Certainly an absolute wonderful player. Currently in Real Madrid's squad following his move from Bayern. We then got Ross Barkley. I'm sure you didn't know this, but he is actually Nigerian with his heritage. Very, very interesting to see. Then you've got Tammy Abraham, a fantastic player who's actually at Rome now following his move from Chelsea. Bukayo Saka, who's got that Nigerian heritage. Dele Alli is another one from Tottenham. Eber Eze from Crystal Palace. You then got Manuel Akanji, who's at Dortmund, who's actually playing for the Swiss national team. Ogbonna, who's Italian in real life. And then Fikayo Tomori, who's currently out in Italy, playing for AC Milan. English national, could played for Canada, but has in fact played for Nigeria in this little experiment. So we'll take a look, we'll jump ahead, see how they get on. They're 35th in the world rankings, but let's see where they go. Okay, here we are then. So we're in March 2022. They've shot up to 16th in the world rankings. That's quite the jump. Sitting just behind Colombia and above Croatia. Are they? It looks like they might be the highest ranked African team. They are. It's Senegal just behind them. So that's not bad. Not bad going at all. Let's take a look then at the schedule and how they've actually kind of got there. So we can see African Cup of Nations wise, qualifying, they've got into that quite comfortably, and World Cup as well by the looks of it, haven't lost a game there, and they still haven't lost a game since we started. They won the African Cup of Nations 3-0 in the end against Mali, but through the journey, they beat Gabon 3-0, Burkina Faso 4-1, Zambia 2-1, Zimbabwe 3-2, Ghana 3-2, Senegal they beat on penalties, and then a 3-0 win against Mali. And we can see the kind of final team there. Not a lot of the players from those that we added in. Let's take a look. So tactics-wise, they're playing Fikayo Tomori and David Alaba at the back, as you probably would, with Dele Alli in midfield and Abraham up front in that 4-4-2. With a few, you still got those other players in and around the squad, certainly. Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. They've shot up the rankings, though, all the way up to 16th. So it's obviously had an impact on them. So it'll be interesting to see. Let's jump again, take another look at how they're doing, if they can improve on that 16th ranking, or if that's as best as they can get. So they have done better. They're 14th in the world now, above Poland, just below United States, still smashing it, well above any other African nations. So that's very, very cool. Let's take a look at the schedule, how they've got on. So we saw them win the African Cup of Nations, qualifying's done well. They're actually in the World Cup, so that's good to see. Italy, Australia and Turkey in the group stage. Certainly a group I think they could actually get out of, definitely. So no real surprises. And they've also got the African Cup of Nations coming up in June. So next year. So it'll be interesting to see how they get on. We can take a look quickly at the tactics. Yep, it's a 4-4-2. They've got a Kanji and Tomori in the centre half with Alaba on left back, and then Barkley and Saka on the left hand side. And Ali's playing up top with Abraham at the moment. So interesting decision. Let's jump ahead and take a look how they're getting on in the African Cup of Nations and World Cup. So we've jumped ahead to December to see how they did get on in the World Cup. They are 21st, so they have dropped down. So I got a feeling they didn't do quite as well as they may have hoped. And there it is, yeah. So it was a 5-1 loss to Italy, a 3-2 loss to Australia, which I'm sure would have hurt them a lot, and then a 2-1 loss to Turkey, which is a shame. It could have been better, certainly. So they were playing a 4-1-1, which makes sense, having Ali in that hole, Osimhen up top. But you're not getting the best out of Tammy Abraham, which I think is certainly a player you need to use more, especially for a team like that. Barkley in the middle with Ndidi. I mean, it's a good side. You'd probably hope they'd have got through that group stage. But they have it. We'll jump a big jump this time, see how they get on, if they can progress, get back to the highs of the 13s, 14s in the world rankings, and we'll go from there. So they made it to 13th. That was their highest. They just above Senegal, and that's kind of where they're at. They're the best team in Africa by the looks of things, according to the rankings anyway. Let's take a look at the schedule and jump back a few. We are 5 years on, so we will have missed quite a bit. You can see they got to the quarterfinals of the Africa Cup of Nations, losing to Burkina Faso on penalties in the end after a good group stage and win against Senegal. But there you go. Things happen like that. You can see they've smashed World Cup qualifying and African Cup of Nations qualifying following that. Oh, looks like they've had a troubling time in 2025 in the African Cup of Nations, losing to both Egypt and Burkina Faso in the group stage. Beating Guinea-Bissau meant they got through, but Ivory Coast were too much for them in the second round. Then it came to the World Cup. They did get through to the second round, but losing to Turkey on penalties is not nice. Not nice at all. They beat Uzbekistan 5-1, so they absolutely smashed them with Saka, Barkley, and Didi Akanji and Osman getting the goals. But they did lose 4-1 to Holland, so that probably took them down a peg or two, which is a shame. But they did end up winning the African Cup of Nations, beating DR Congo 3-1 in extra time. Let's take a look at the team that won that then. Abraham up top, Eze, Chukwueze and Saka just behind Didi and Barkley, then Alaba, Tomori, Akpoguma and Aina at the back with Okoye in goal. Abraham getting 2 goals in that game to get them through to win it. Very, very cool. You can see there the 4-2-3-1 that they seem to have implemented that won them that title, which is nice to see, ending on a high. Yeah, it looks like that is the highest they've ever got. 14th was the previous one we saw, and so they are one ranking above that. But let's take a look at the 3 players in there, top players that we've introduced. So first up, David Alaba. He's still at Real Madrid following his move. 79 caps and 3 goals for the Giants of Madrid. I mean, no real surprise. He's a fantastic player, can play almost anywhere, so definitely worth having. Bukayo Saka, a great player for Arsenal, still at the club. 71 caps and 18 goals. Maybe he would have wanted a few more goals, but he's only 25, got plenty of years to come. And then we've also got Dele Alli in there, 63 caps, 27 goals. That's a good turnaround. Seemed to have played quite a bit of striker for the Nigerian national team. But there you go, valued at 49 million as well. But there we have it, 13th in the world rankings with all those players. So not bad going, to be fair. They're breaking up the top. The best African team according to the rankings and the African Cup of Nations that they managed to win. So that's very cool. But I hope you did enjoy. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know if there's any countries you want to see in this sort of thing. And I'll see you next time.